Very good, guys.
Thank you, one and all. I appreciate the scramble on that last take. I think we got it. It looked good.
Once Terminator 2 3D had completed principal photography, the production moved to Santa Monica-based Digital Domain for the challenge of creating mind-boggling, never-before-seen visual effects and blending them seamlessly into Cameron's action-packed 3D film.
Unfriendly skies, go, go!
We're able to put Arnold and Eddie Furlong on a motorcycle racing through the middle of a futuristic battlefield 100% realistically in 3D with the foreground in perfect stereo and the background in stereo, but the two weren't in the same place at the same time.
Now, can we get a time code on this shot?
One of the many things that's unique about this project is the way we're using the visual effects, because previous large format, 70mm 3D projects have been limited to using optical and miniature effects, and we're able to use 3D computer-generated animation, or CG animation, and spit that out at very, very high resolution.
That's Skynet?
Yep.
Can I ask why we're heading toward it?
You don't want to know.
At the very end of the show, after this long chase sequence in Act 2, we end up inside Skynet, a completely computer-generated environment that had to hold up on 3 screens, not one, and in 3D, in stereo.
And we essentially built all the objects as though they existed in the same scale as the theatre. So our screens here are 50 feet wide. So these objects in our 3D space exist at that same kind of size. And that way we could place cameras as though they actually were the eyes of somebody in the audience.
Because the computer-generated animation of the 3D film would have to work in sync with the live action on stage, a series of tests were conducted to give the creative team an idea of how the two would work together.
We've been working on the stage for other timing purposes, but a week ago was one of our first real tests with the film.
This is great.
All 3 screens are opening up for the first time, and the audience is going to be looking at this in 3D.
It's just blind choreography, just our best guess at what's going on. We have never seen it with film until maybe tonight.
And there were a lot of revelations that night. Jim was there, and we spent 3 or 4 hours really going through the live stage and as it relates to the 3D.
I'd really get marks down, hit these marks. It should look like a dance studio. You got to come up and you got to go like that. And then,
okay.
If you want a full stop, that's easy.
I don't see how that's going to be possible until all this stuff is hard choreographed on the stage.
Yes, I agree.
And I don't see how that's going to happen until we start getting some more animation up here on the T-Make.
And that information then requires either us in the live staging to make changes, or requires the film people to make some changes, modifications.
You go through an iteration of change, come back. Okay, well, it actually takes this long for the live actor to run from this point on the stage to the other. So we now have to go back, change our animation in order to make all of these different things work.
And we're kind of having to work together like this because there's no way to actually test it except to get in these mock-ups and do it with bodies on stage and film up there and put the glasses on, and you begin to see how these things are going to relate.
As final adjustments were made to the film and choreography, completion of the Cyberdyne Theater at Universal Studios Hollywood would include a wide array of pyrotechnics, physical effects, and specialized audio to create a completely unique sensory experience.
Automatic targeting systems active. Commence fire.
The sound design for T2 Battle Across Time is unique because it's a 3D experience, and we're trying to enhance the 3D picture by creating an illusion of 3D audio in this venue.
So they have to be able to see the sound and feel the sound coming to them. They also have to be able to feel and see the sound as it goes deep into the scene.
With a custom-made system using 24 tracks of digital playback and 66 separate speaker locations, the sound designers were able to completely engulf the audience in the Terminator experience.
There's no other theater like this in the world. This is a very unique experience, and I think that Universal seems to deliver on that. They're cutting new grounds every time, and this is definitely going to be something to try to beat.
Let's bust the move.
So the thing is really a kind of sensory assault at that level.
Hit it like nuts!
You are completely enveloped in this 3D world.
Break it! It's good!
It just keeps coming at you.
We use environmental effects, 3D effects. It's the whole kitchen sink.
And that makes it huge, and it makes it wonderful.
That's the kind of experience I want them to have, and that's what we will give them.
They'll go in thinking it's just some gimmick, and they'll see that it's actually a continuation of the storyline. It's almost like a third Terminator film. It's just that you can't go to see it at any theater in your neighborhood. There's only one or hopefully 2 theaters in the world that you can go to see the next Terminator movie in.
Let's go! 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 Gaming!
I don't think anybody's going to walk out of the theater disappointed, that's for sure.
Mini-hunters, keep moving! Get down!